This week's video is all about kids, so I thought I'd find a song to sing about children. So let's just search children on Spotify. I think we're ready for this week's video. Cue the titles! Heidi hi campers, welcome back to another video! Woo! This week on Educating Ellie, we're not talking about books. This week we are talking about tutoring. Woo! I am a tutor. I have been a tutor for the past 9 months. I go to people's houses after school and I help them with their homework and help them understand things that they might not have fully grasped in class, or I teach them new things that they want to learn with year 6s, year 3s, GCSE students, the whole palaver. Next week is my last ever week of being a tutor, so I thought I would share with you all today all the things I've learned whilst being a tutor. Number 1, being a tutor is the most frustrating job in the world. There is nothing more annoying and nothing that will test your patience more than being a tutor. Number 2, the things kids are meant to know nowadays are crazy. When I was in year 6, the things that I was meant to know as an 11-year-old are now the things that a 7-year-old is meant to know. Things that someone who is 11 is meant to know is things that I had to know when I was 14. Everything has been pushed back. There is GCSE stuff in the SATs papers, there are A-level things in the GCSE papers, and there's so much pressure on kids to do really well on these things when they're so difficult. So yeah, we should stop being so mean to kids, basically. Yeah, that's that point. Number 3, Roddy Doyle's book, The Giggler Treatment, is hilarious no matter what age you are. Number 4, some kids are better at maths. Some are better at English, some have an artistic brain, some have a mathematical brain, and that isn't myth. When you teach kids every week, kids who are the same age, you see how their brains work differently. Trying to teach a kid who's really good at maths how to be good at English, you have to think on your feet. It's quite stressful and difficult, and it is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Number 5, it never gets less stressful to go to someone's house who you don't know and teach their kids. Especially for the first time. When you go to someone's house for the first time and they lead you into a strange room and offer you a cup of tea, it's very ooh. And number 6 looks like that. No. Number 6. Kids are the most creative people in the world. For instance, the other day I asked one of my students to come up with a story about a young girl living in Victorian times. Wow, she came up like literally without thinking, just literally like it was spewing out of her brain, like it had been there for years. There's this little girl, her name is Theodora. Her parents abandon her when she's really young, and she ends up living in the forest makes herself a tree house, and she's like a feral child, and then she gets taken to a reform school. From the reform school she becomes a maid in a very fancy household, and in the fancy household she has to steal a book that will lead her to her parents. All within the space of 5 minutes. Kids are just like, these are my ideas, listen to them and you will enjoy them because I enjoy them, and they've got this confidence and also this weird creativity part of their brain that I don't think adults have. They just can't be creative in that way. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that. Kids should be allowed to be more creative in school and be given a chance to really access that bit of their brain. That's the bit of my job that I love the most, is when kids say something or do something that is so un-adult and so insightful in a naive way that it kind of makes me emotional. And that's where I'm gonna leave this video, on that nice little optimistic note, you know? I believe the children are the future. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button down there. Bye! So I'm in Cardiff this week, and I was hoping it would be sunny all week and lovely, and I'd be able to chill on the balcony and read my book because it's half term, and go to the beach and go to the bay and everything. And what happens? It rains.